So this is why you're not finding love, healing your body, or changing your life. The one thing you're looking for isn't what you need. You think you need it, but it's not how you're going to find it. So today, Master Jesus teaches us how to find love, heal our illnesses, and find that love we've desperately been seeking. So during my meditation this morning, as I was aligning myself to Spirit, the guest Spirit came through and wanted to share this message with us. So here it is. And in the meantime, you can post your questions down in the chat and whatnot. So here's the message. It says, the one thing you're looking for isn't what you need. You think you want it and you desire it, but you don't know how to find it because you're lost without knowing it. If you wanted to heal more love in your life, have more love in your life, what would you do? Go on dating sites, ask your friends to set you up, put an ad out in the newspaper, desperately seeking love? What would you do when you want to heal your body from a health issue? See a doctor, go buy healthy food, restrict your diet. So the solution to both of these problems is the same. You put problems in quotes. Stop looking outside when the answers are within. When you look outside for your solutions, you'll never fix what's inside of you. It'll always stay outside of you. If you don't bring the solution inside of you, it cannot integrate with your being. When we speak of vibration and frequency, they dictate all physical and energetical energy. To change a vibration, you need to become the vibration. Instead of looking to fix a problem, become the solution. Don't try to fix a broken heart. A loving heart, turn within. As you become love, you will attract and be the frequency and vibration, and then hold it long enough until you attract what you become. Most of you do the above, but you're not holding the vibration long enough. It's like turning on the stove to cook something, but you're turning the burner off before you fully cooked your meal. Have you ever eaten a raw steak? You can eat it, but it won't be the same as if you actually were patient enough and cooked the steak thoroughly. So if you want to organize your life, look within and be the person you want to be. Observe the areas that you need to be removed and bring in the qualities you like. Hold it long enough to become the vibration you are holding. And that's signed Master Jesus. Love it. Love it. So that was the message I got this morning in my meditation as aligning myself to Spirit. And it makes a lot of sense. So I've found with myself for a number of years now, I've been working on healing this body of MS and other diseases. As I've been working on myself, looking at the parts that are triggering me, releasing those emotions, and then spending time and actually being healthy, vibrant, exuberant, now my body's beginning to heal. And I've said this last time that now I'm able to actually extend my arm, I'm able to walk longer, I'm able to stand longer. Whereas at Christmas time, at winter holidays, I just could not move. I was stuck in bed for like 2 days. Stuck on the couch for 2 days because I didn't have the strength to get out of it. And now my body's like beginning to heal. And because I know the vibrations, even when I have those low moments, I just know that flow of energy goes up and it goes down. And when it goes down and you're in that valley where things just feel like, oh, things are getting worse, it's not getting worse. You're building momentum to get up the next hill. And that one thought in knowing that my belief system is forcing me not to think, holding me back, and know that it's his purpose to make me feel like garbage, I know now that it's all part of the process. So I'm ridiculously thankful for this group, this energy, and what we're learning as a unified one. So thank you all for being that. Oh, Amanda, thank you so much, hon. It's so beautiful of all you to be here. If you have any questions, please post it. And I would love to channel Jesus, Spirit, or anyone that you'd like me to bring in for you to answer your questions. And we're going to be here for a while. So let's do this. Good morning. Good morning. Great to see all of you. Hey, Anne. So I'm going to start with Anne right here. And let's bring up Anne's question. And Anne, oh, I lost you. Where'd you go, Anne? Anne. And here we go. Okay, so I'm going to start with Anne. And Anne says, can I have a message from my Uncle Steve? What does he want me to know? I miss him a lot. Steve, would you be willing to come in? All right. When I do the shiver, I know that spirits here, they always make me shiver. So, Steve, would you come closer, please? What does Anne need to hear from you? It's like I'm hearing two words at the same time. I'm hearing like stop being the victim and start being that joyful, playful, sweet girl that he knows that you were, that you used to be. Like you don't need to mourn loss. You feel like we're not here, but we are with you, and because you're not feeling me, you're not noticing that I'm around, that you're unable to sense that you're not alone, that everything that you're going through right now, I know it's hard, but you're not alone. Not only are you supported by me and the spirit team, but there's a big community of people that love you, that operate on vibration of love, that will nurture you and take care of you. So you're never going to be alone. And he's wanting you to really observe that victim mentality, and he's not saying that in a negative, let me be hurtful to you. He's saying it to like really look at yourself. You don't have to play. You don't have to look at yourself as like everything hurts. The world doesn't like me. I can't move anywhere. Change your thoughts and thinking to, I really have a lot of good things. I have a good house. I have shelter. I have internet. I'm able to actually communicate with people online. I'm actually can develop relationships with people. It's about changing your mindset. And he really wants you to change your mindset to remember that you are a really special person. You're a really beautiful person. And remember that part of you. Is that part when you were holding that energy of just being playful and joyful, everything was happening for you. Like it was a very complete life. And this is a message for all of us that, if you spend time and focus on the joy, the good things that you have, the gratitude, at least spending 10 minutes a day or just a minute, 30 seconds to just think about, wow, I'm really lucky today. This is what I have. Like do that gratitude journal at the end of the day, and your life will begin to change if you begin to focus. And again, what the message was at the start is sustaining it. Hold it long enough until you feel it change. And then you're going to feel pullback, but then keep it long enough to know that you are changing. So it's the back and forth. So keep doing that. Yeah, you got this. You got this. Here, Gita. Hi, nature. Hip it bat. Come to my lovely sister, Brandita. Brandita says, I'd love any messages or guidance from my angels and guides. Who wants to come through? I feel it's your guardian angel coming through, Brandita. She's very sweet, very loving. So much, you can see her just flowing in white, very picturesque. She likes to dress up. I can see her with a lot of white and gold in her. What does Brandita need to hear from you right now? First, she says that you are making the changes. You are making changes in your life, albeit they seem small. But if you look back at who you were 3 years ago and who you are today, you're a completely different person. You're a person of love. And back then, you didn't know what love was. You didn't know how love felt to you. And now you have the tools, you have the understanding that you are love and you're bringing the change. But there is also a focus that you have on a lot of the negativity in your life, things that on the focus. So when you talk about when you're having your low moments, the words you say is, I'm paralyzed. I'm paralyzed right now. Well, do you realize the words, the energy in your words is creation. So every second, every nanosecond, you are creating a new reality. So in that reality, when you say, I'm paralyzed, in that half nanosecond, in those 3 seconds, you've just moved back 6 steps. Every nanosecond that you're saying it, it's like, I'm paralyzed. And then you're paralyzed. And that's who you are. Until you say, no, I'm not. This is temporary. I'm vibrant. I'm healthy. I'm healing every day. I'm getting stronger. This is just a blip that's happening, and I'm building momentum to get stronger. So she's saying, be careful about your words that you're using. And once you begin to catch yourself saying those words, you'll begin to change your narrative and the words that you begin to say about yourself. So it's all about catching the words and the narrative that we're saying for ourselves, because words do have power. It's beautiful. Love it. Hey, Robinette. Lovely Amanda. Hey, Cindy. So good. Hey, Carolyn. Good to see you. All right, here comes Babette. Hello, Babette. A beautiful picture of Babette. Babette says, question. I've been meditating the other night, and I saw an image of melanated man. That's a big word for me. Melanated man approached me, and then he disappeared. Who was this man? Who was it? I feel like I know him. The melanated man. Are you willing to step forward? Are you willing to? I'm feeling it's a galactic being. This is one of your galactic lives. So I bet you've had a lot of galactic lives and experiences. Remember, when we say lives, all these things are happening in the current moment. They're all happening right now. And this is a galactic being, a starseed from the Sirius galaxy. I really know nothing about galaxy or like enough about this to really say, but it feels like they're saying the Sirius galaxy, the dimension. I don't know what it is, but Sirius. And it's Siruies, however you spell it. It's not SER, it's ISIR. Sirius, IUS. Okay, who are you? This was this was your father. This is your galactic father. Is a relationship to this life? Does that father carry through? Same father? Different father? Okay, so when we come into these incarnations, a lot of the light worker beings, there's a group of light, where they're called light workers, like many of us are, that are coming into this channel. Like you're awakening, and you're moving into the side of love, and you want to bring love and help people, and the desire to help people. Where we're plopped into these soul families, these groups of families that need someone with a different perspective. And this is why many light workers feel like we're the black sheep of the family. I just don't fit in with my family. I'm the odd duck. And that's certainly who I was. And they're saying this was the last soul family on the galactic side from a series of galactics before you came into this life. Yes. So before you came into this life, you were galactic. This is from a dimension within the Sirius galaxy. And this was your father. Is there a message for her? He's just sharing such pride in you that you're beginning to remember who you are. And it's not remembering that you're a galactic being. It's remembering that you are a being of love. And as you're awakening, becoming more of yourself, more of the ideas and thoughts for you to help people are going to come through, and you're going to be doing a lot of good. There's one thing that keeps on popping up since I've known you, Babette, and this is in the quieting of your mind during the first part of your meditations. You'll notice that when you start going in meditation, you end up scratching, adjusting your glasses, you have an itch, something, and you're adjusting yourself. Well, this is your body fighting you. And they're reminding me to tell you that when you go into meditation and your body begins to squirm or adjust itself or want to itch, don't scratch. Avoid scratching the itch, rubbing that tickle. Allow it to be there and just change your focus. Don't pay attention to it. This will be part of you taking control of your body by not allowing yourself to itch or scratch or adjust. When you first start getting into meditation, you first sit down. Consider doing that and see what happens. Very exciting. That's amazing. Thank you for bringing that up. Hey, Benefsha, thank you for that, hon. All right, I'm coming to Benefsha first. Hey, Benefsha. Benefcia says today is Saint Sarah Kali's, Mary Magdalene's daughter, honoring day. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. I'd like to ask for a message from Saint Sarah H. Saint Sarah H. I've never heard of her, Benefcia. Okay, Saint Sarah H. Are you going to come through? Oh, are you coming closer, stronger? Thank you. Okay. What does Benefcia need to hear from you today? She's giving me the sensation of being lost. And the feeling of being lost, it's like you've lost who you are. It's like you get caught up in the 3D world, and then being caught up in the 3D world, you've get the feeling of being out all day, and you feel a little dirty and gross, and it's like, oh, I just want to go home and take a shower and get in some clean clothes and feel good. Well, it's as if you've gone out, you're out for the day, and you have that dirty, gross feeling, but you haven't showered. Not real, because you're an extremely clean person, but it's metaphorically. You just feel gross, and you don't have the vitality, the energy enough to fully wash that feeling off you. So you get stuck in that. I feel a little bit better, but I still feel kind of gross. And you're stuck in that. Okay, what about it? She wants you to let you know that this is the lull. This is the moment before you ascend, before you move up to the next stage. She needs to make you feel gross. They need to make you feel this way, because in that feeling, there's a feeling like, I just don't want. I've been feeling so gross for so long. I don't want to feel this way anymore. And then it's almost acting like a slingshot. That if you think about a slingshot that you pull back and then you let go and it shoots the pebble off. Well, you're the pebble, and the feeling of being stretched back, it's uncomfortable, and that feeling of just being dirty, and I don't like that heavy feeling. It's meant to create tension, as if that slingshot is being held back. And there's a point when you let go and you say, enough. I'm not going to allow myself to feel this way anymore. And that's when you begin to look for the things. Now you're beginning to feel that, and you're looking for answers. In putting that intention out there that I'm looking for answers, the answers will come in. But are you willing enough to listen for the answers that are coming into you? Because they're constantly being dropped into us in little pebbles and little flickers of light, feathers and coins, for us to look and be distracted. It's like, oh, what was that? And once you look at it, that's when their wishes that you hold on to that desire that, okay, I'm looking at it. I see it now. And then you gravitate towards that, and you follow that awakening. Well, what's her awakening? What does she need to look at? What have you been sending her? She's been pointing you towards meditations. She's been pointing you towards meditations that make you observe the feelings that you've been avoiding, and to bring in the feelings that you need in your life. And there's a fundamental step that's being missed from a lot of people in their meditations. It's spending time in the feeling of having what you want. So what would it feel like if you had your entire life organized? So in your meditations, you're spending time in quietness, you're visiting different realms, you're having different goddesses coming through for you. But how about spending a little bit of time, at least 5 minutes, in the feeling of, this is how, if I had my life organized, if I had love in my life, if I had abundance, if I had all these things, what would it feel like? And spending time in that energy. And it's quite blissful when you sit there and you allow that for yourself. And this is when it begins to you feel the vibration in your body. It's like, oh my God, this feels really good. And you just cascade and bake yourself in this, and you just allow yourself to surrender to the feeling. And in that surrendering, not only are you feeling the vibrations within your body, but then it begins to change the matter around you. So you're generating the feeling, you're generating the energy. As you generate that energy, it goes out in these concentric circles, these bubbles that move out, and then it changes the matter and life around you. And remember, because we're changing a new belief every nanosecond, when you're spending time in that meditation, you're just reorganizing your life and you're creating a new reality. Every nanosecond that you are in that feeling of this is what I want in your life. And this is what Master Jesus was saying at the start of this, that people are not spending time in the energy of what you want, and we're not staying there long enough. You need to stay there long enough so that your steak can be cooked, so your food can be cooked thoroughly, instead of turning the oven off early and looking for something else. It's like looking for a different food source or looking for another heating source. You need to be consistent enough in the energy in order for it to affect change in the material world. And that is our biggest issue that we have, consistency. So that's what you're being reminded of. Remember that consistency. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Thank you for asking that question. Hey, Robinette. Okay, Robinette says, what's happening? Is this a dream I've had several times? I'm in complete darkness, frantically asking, am I dead? They're coming back and they're saying your ego is making you analyze. So while you're in your meditations, you're analyzing what's happening in the moment instead of letting all that go and letting the ego mind go away, because the ego is interfering with you feeling and experiencing. Let go. Stop analyzing during your meditations. During the meditations, you're in that darkness. Let go. You're perfectly safe. You're fine. Say that to your body. Say that to your mind. You're perfectly safe. No harm is going to come to you. There is no wrong. You are perfectly safe. We are just observing, and observe and see what happens. And as you surrender yourself into that feeling, continue to surrender yourself and experience the feeling, what you're having in the meditation. In the darkness, you're going to find all the answers. You're going to find unlimited information of knowledge, but you need to allow yourself that. When the ego mind comes in and starts analyzing, it's like, oh, what's happening here? What is that? You're not allowing yourself to experience your new reality. The body and the mind only know what it knows from this time in life. It can never learn something new if it doesn't allow it. This is your job as the awareness to say, okay, stop, take a break, relax, you're perfectly safe. Just sit there and let go and allow yourself to experience. It's like a child going to swim for the first time or going to school for the first day. Mommy, I don't want to go. They cling to your leg. I'm going to stay right here, because that you are their world. So they're never going to let you go. But until you forcefully let them go, stay there. You can look through the window, but you're not interfering. You're letting your child go through the experience. And because of those experience, they say, oh, I met all these friends. I played with new toys. I had this amazing experience. That's because you had to let go. So be the parent, let go of your ego and your body and experience the darkness and see what happens. Circle back and share what happens to you, Robinette. Yeah, it's not happening against you. It's happening for you. You got to let go, though. So let go. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. All right, Georgia comes through. Is there a message for me from JP? JP, would you come through, please? Are you willing? Whew. All right, JP. What does Georgia need to hear? So it's really good that you are spending time in your garden and that you're enjoying nature and that you're grounding and you're being one with yourself. But are you using that as a distraction from looking at the trauma and the emotional issues within your life? JP's coming through and saying, you're using all that as a distraction. It's like you have all these problems that are going on, but instead of dealing with the problems, it's like, oh, I'm just going to have chocolate. And you eat chocolate. And chocolate feels good in that moment, but it doesn't solve your problem. This is your like You think you're solving a problem by eating chocolate because it feels good. You're getting the dopamine hit, but you're not solving your problem. All you're doing is just distracting yourself, avoiding yourself. So it's like, stop eating the chocolate, get out of the garden, and start facing some of the emotions that you're afraid to look at. Look at the emotions that are in you and observe it from a place of love and safety. And if you do that, you will begin to see changes in your life that will bring in more love, bring in more experience. That will be true. So instead of being in the garden that brings you joy for that moment, you'll actually be in joy and bliss all the time, because you're brave enough to actually face the emotions that you've been too afraid of looking at before. So JP saying, this is my wish for you, that you're willing to observe the emotions that you haven't been looking at, so that you really can be as free and loving as you are in your garden. He really hopes that you'll do that for yourself. That's lovely. Thank you for asking that question, Georgia. All right, here comes Mike. Hey, Mike. All right, Mike says, I've been working on a project that, if successful, would change the world. I'm unsure if this project is my real life purpose, or if the thought of the project is just ego. Can you help? Yeah, certainly, Mike. Okay. What do you have to say about this? Oh yeah, this certainly is real. So this is how the world of change happens. So there's two types of people. You think about people like Elon Musk and Einstein and Tesla, and they get a thought in their head that just seems so asinine crazy, but they're crazy enough, quote unquote crazy, to actually go through with it and create these projects that you look back, it's like, how in the world have you done that? Look at Nikola Tesla, how we now have alternating current electricity because of Nikola Tesla. If it wasn't for following the idea that is so grand and so crazy, where every single person around the world is saying, no, you are crazy. The only current that there is direct current. So the opposing force says, no, alternating current isn't it, direct current is it. But then we saw how restrictive direct current was. So what they're saying is, it's those ideas of crazy that we first get. When you get the idea, we all get those ideas. But the difference between greatness is the people that are able to let go of that ego body mind that says, it's the ego body mind saying that you're crazy. The ego, remember, the ego is like a helicopter parent. It's like a teenage mom that is old enough to have a baby and have a child, but maybe not have enough life experience to give you the guidance that you need, because they haven't had enough life experience themselves. In reality, in this world, as a side note, that people young enough, they should be having sex, they should be having babies. That's great. And then the people who are older that have the wisdom should be helping raise it. And this is why we have communities, and communities raise a child. So this is what's going on with your ego mind. The ego mind, the idea comes through, which is beautiful and profound and will change the world. And that is where, notice when you think about this project, what happens? Your heart begins to expand. Yeah, start getting excited, get all this vitality and energy. And now that desire is fueling you to create what you need to create. But the negative belief system in you is holding you back and saying, no, you're just going to get ridiculed. People are going to make fun of you. You don't want to go that. So that negative belief system is holding you back, because the negative belief system needs to survive and be in that belief system too. If you really want to expand, allow yourself to feel the project in your heart. What would it do? How would you feel if you completed that project? How would you feel when you saw all these people using your project and were benefiting with it from around the world? Follow that desire and see what happens. And when you do that, that's when you'll be casting out that positive energy out all around you, and you'll begin to move yourself into the vibration of holding that and bringing what you need and attracting what you need in your life. And this is exactly what the message was at the start from Master Jesus, that we're not allowing yourself to sustain. We feel the vibration. Yeah, it feels really good. But then we fall back and say, no, that's not going to happen. We give up on it. So we have this great idea, and we want love, and we want desire. We want to change the world, but we never change the world because we're not keeping the food on the stove long enough for it to cook. And this is you've got a raw steak on the barbecue. You've turned the gas on, but then you've just turned it right off. So you still have raw steak. It's still there, but you got to allow it to cook. So go back into the desire, go back into the feeling of that project, and allow it to unfold and allow it to attract the people you need in your life to make this project happen. Exciting, Mike. Yeah, please continue to share with us, because that is super exciting. You know, you want to change the world. It's amazing, man. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you. All right, let's come to Anne. Hey, Anne. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your holiday. Anne says, does Jesus, my guide, have anything to tell me today? He goes, I've already told you. This was my message at the start. This was my message to all of you at the start. Hold yourself in the creation of what you want in your life. Hold that feeling. Hold it long enough so that you can manifest your desires and be the vibrational change of what you want to become, what you need to become. Hold the vibration. The message is at the start. Please do that. Please do that for yourself. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. That's wonderful. Okay. Kira. Welcome back, Kira. I know you are healing perfectly. Hello, Kana family. I am still recovering from my surgery. Yes. Good for you. Recovering. Those are the right words. I'm recovering my surgery. Lovely to be here after a long time. I'd love a message from my guides or angels, please. Okay. Okay, so they want to relive some of your recent decisions. So when you went through your surgery, your decision was, I'm going to go off social media. I'm going to pull away from everybody. I'm going to move away from this and concentrate on my healing. But the community that you have around you is part of your healing. So remember, the body has some fundamental needs in order to be vibrant and healthy. And of course, we need air. It needs water. Those are the first two. Then it needs sleep. It needs food. It needs shelter. And it needs relationship. In the relationship is staying involved with a community that supports you and gives you love and builds you up. And that's what you took away from yourself, the relationship. You went back into yourself, which is also a good thing, to go tune into yourself. But remember, the relationships, the community that you are in that loves you and supports you is what gives you the energy that your body, your physical body needs. It needs relationships, but you took that away. So it's good that you're coming back, because that's, again, your higher self, your higher mind that's popping in and saying, remember your relationships, come in. And you decided to come in. You saw that message pop through, said, oh, I'm going to go check this out today. And now you're in the community. And how do you feel right now that you're receiving these messages, hearing these messages for others, not just yourself, but for others? You start feeling good. So now this is moving you into alignment of what's right for you. The last step of that is following your passion. And this is part of your passion. Following what brings you joy in your heart. And that's been a bit of a struggle for you, is finding your passion, sticking with it. You know what your passion is, but you've also been worried about taking care of yourself and being a single mom and, you know, raising your family. But your kids have grown now, and it's time for you to take care of yourself and really to follow your passion. So remember that those last two steps of what the physical body needs: relationships and to follow your passion. And I'm glad that you're stepping back here now, because you're saying this is you following your passion, that you're following your relationships, and you're bringing that back into your life. So bring that for you and see how you feel better right now, that you're feeling this, and you're just like, oh yeah, you know, oh, I missed you guys. I'm so glad that I'm here again. And that like just raises your vibrations, because your body, your physical body needs it. And this is why it's like a dopamine hit. You feel so good. So remember the relationships of doing, and relationship doesn't mean people. It can also mean, you know, if you have a relationship with rocks and nature, and that's your passion, love, great. That's what it is. If it's with animals and pets, great. As long as you have a relationship that leads you towards your passion, that's what's most important for you. Yeah, amazing. Glad you're here, Amanda. Thank you, love. Thank you, Babette. And thank you, Yvette. So sweet of you. Thank you so much. And I'll come to Yvette first for her super chat. Thank you for that very much, Yvette. And let me answer that for you. Oh, sorry, Amanda. I'm coming right back to you. And Yvette says, hello, question. What message do you have for me from the divine? Who's going to come in for Yvette? I feel it's an angel coming through. I get angels, but not like, yeah, I feel like an angel is coming through for you. And they're just kind of descending down, just floating down from the sky. And the sky behind is, oh, interesting. Okay, maybe I got that from your profile picture, because I could see that sky, that crimson sky, and the angel descended from that crimson sky. What does Yvette need to hear? It's a reminder for you, Yvette, that you are love. You've been quite hard on yourself. Even as bubbly as you are, as happy as you are, as nice as you are and loving, you really are. You're nice to other people, but you're hard on yourself. The message is to remember that you should have the most intimate relationship with yourself instead of other people. Instead of doing all these nice things for people, but you take it a little bit too far that, I'm going to do this for someone, but I have to be nice. So let me do this, and I'm going to continue to help these people until I feel a little gross. I don't like myself do it, but I know it's the right thing to do. So you keep yourself in a situation that doesn't feel right for you. And they're saying that this is actually making you feel it's okay to say, I need to take care of myself right now. I'm going to step back. I'll help you today, but tomorrow I can't help you. I need to focus on myself. It's okay to say that, to help, but also to respect yourself. So remember, there's a desire within your own body to be seen, to be nurtured, and to love. And once you start to establish a relationship with your own self, again, we should have the most intimate relationship with ourselves, but we don't. We've been taught to go find love, go be external. Everything that you desire, anytime you want to find joy, it's all external. Remember to turn inward. And so turn inward and remember yourself. This is where you're being reminded. Love yourself. Yeah, don't forget about yourself, Yvette. Thank you for asking that question. Hello, lovely Amanda. Okay, Amanda says, oh, it feels so good. Okay, so Amanda says, I had a dream last night of a man saying, I love your soul. That really just gave me a little flutter in my own heart. Would love to know why I needed to see and feel this in my dreams. Why? Amanda, you're a good mom. You are you're a good mom. You're a good partner. You're such a sweet soul that you, much like Yvette, you constantly give yourself. You give everything for yourself, and you really put yourself last. You're a good mom. But in the dream state, your body and mind, they go out of the way. They purposely move out of the way. So in order for you to receive a message that you need to receive, in order to even just to feel love, it needs to come in when your body and mind are not in the way. Because your body and mind is conditioned to continually give yourself away to others, continue to love others, help others, to help your children, to help your husband, your partner. And that's okay. But again, we don't want to forget about yourself. What you needed to hear, what you're desperately wanting to hear, you want to hear this. I mean, you hear from your son, which is beautiful, and he is your world, and vice versa. Like, you're his world and he's your world. It's a beautiful symbiotic relationship, as mother and child does. But when it comes down to our partners in our life, it's not really that same closeness, that connection, and that reminder that, you are such a beautiful person that when someone says attention now turns into your soul. So there is a desire from your higher self, your higher mind, to look at your soul, which you've actively been doing. You are on that trail to do it. It goes back to Master Jesus' message at the start of this podcast, that it's all about consistency. So you are on the grill. You are cooking. You are remembering. You're finding yourself. You're looking at the things that no longer serve you, and you are bringing in love and bringing those feelings into your life. So you are beginning to align to that, remembering that you are love. You are love. And that's the one thing that we forget. And this is why we go into meditation, to remember who we are. It isn't to quiet the mind, the body. Yes, that is the tool to get there, but the end result is to remember who you are. And you are love, and you do have a beautiful soul. For those of us that can see your soul and feel your soul, and probably one of the first things I've ever said to you is that you are love, that you're beautiful, that you're wonderful. And I feel that in you. Like, you are love. I love your soul. I agree with your higher self, with this being. I love your soul. You are so beautiful. And I wish more people would be able to see your soul when you decide to allow it. Because of course you're guarded. Who wouldn't be, right? You're guarded to protect your soul from your heart, from allowing people to truly see who you are, because conditioning through your experiences in your lifetime have beaten you up and pounding you and used you and crapped on you, so that you don't want to bare your soul. You don't want to show people, I'm a loving, caring being, and I will be your best friend. I'll be your greatest lover if you allow it. But when someone doesn't allow you to be love, how would you expect to express yourself as love? And that's what you've been conditioned. You've been beaten up pretty good, metaphorically, that way, that you're not allowing your love to come through. And that is a desire for you to show your love, because you are love. You have a beautiful soul, Amanda. Yeah, my heart, I have tears that want to come out just from how beautiful and wonderful you are. Yeah, you are wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, nature, I'm going to come to you now. Okay, so nature says, how many guardian angels do I have messages from you? Thank you. Okay, nature, guardian angels, would you come forward? How many? You have two primary guardian angels, male and female. The male works with you on a day-to-day basis. So this is like moment to moment. This is every thought, every feeling, everything every decision that you write. Like, your male guardian angel is with you all the time. Your female guardian angel is your problem solver. She comes through when you need divine guidance, when you need an extra bit of support to get through some of the stickier points in your life. She helps you quiet your mind to begin to look at nature, to look at the things that are more peaceful in your life. And when you do that, it just kind of calms your body, mind, and spirit down, so that you can hear the messages from your guardian angels, from her and the other ones. So quieting your mind and quieting your space, they are there. Do you have names that you want to share? Okay, next time. Next time we'll go through names. Yeah, because it needs to be written down. Yeah, I've got a pen with me. So next time. I hope that helps. Thank you, nature. Okay, here comes the lovely Tina. Hey, Tina. Okay, Tina says, question, hi, Con. May I get a message, whatever I need to hear at this time? Big things happening. Cool. Okay. Who wants to come through for Tina? Oh, yeah. It's almost taking my breath away at how much you've opened up. It's like it's like the round peg has fallen into the round hole, but that's a key. And when that key is dropped in, it's just layer after layer after layer, like door after door is opening. You can hear the locks unclicking sequentially, click, 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 and just opening right up. And the world is just opened right up for you. That overwhelming joy and feeling that you're having, that life purpose that you're being drawn to, all of this is you falling into alignment of where you need to be. So you're getting these inspirations. I feel like I need to go live. I feel like I need to sit in nature and create a drumming circle and use sound and vibration and use these candles and use nature and start bringing this and introducing it to people. All of that is you falling into alignment. I can't say I really know exactly what you're doing, but I did see you in a forest, and I think you had a drum or some sort of sounds. But I do see that. Like I did physically see that. I think on Facebook somewhere, but I also see them showing that this is you in alignment, bringing nature, sound, and vibration to more live events, to more people, and sharing that vibration, that expression of love. This is your personal expression of love, and they're saying to share that, out. Yeah. Really exciting for you, Tina. Follow that passion. That's us moving into alignment of where we need to go in our lives by following your passion, and you keep doing it until it no longer drives you, it no longer brings you excitement. You let that go and then move on to the next one. And this is what's following your passion, and you're honoring that. So your spirit team, your guides, they're all being thankful for you to do that. It's wonderful. Really exciting. I'm going to take a moment to just say thank you, everyone, for being here. If you're willing, just give a like and a share and get this message out. Your donations really do help. I really do appreciate it, but consider giving a like and a share too. It's really easy. I'm coming to Sister Cindy here. Cindy says, feeling dizzy, building up my endurance with being really physically challenged in pickleball, dancing, heat. Bike rides 5 to 10 miles, 2 miles out a day. Now feeling a bit dizzy as I try to lose 5 pounds. Okay, so notice how you're thinking right now. You feel you need to lose 5 pounds. This is your desire. Your intuition and guidance took you to go do pickleball, dancing, to get on the bike, to eat better, to do all these things that feel right for you. But it's like you've taken it a little bit too far. You've taken it so that it no longer feels good for you. You're doing it so that you feel like you have to do it. And when you start moving into, I have to do this in order to achieve this, you start moving into 3D room of trying to control and change things. You are forcing yourself to change. Whereas if you simply enjoyed the bike ride, enjoyed the dancing, enjoyed the pickleball, just had fun without forcing yourself to say, you know what, I'm feeling a little bit tired right now. My body is saying I need a little bit of rest. This is now you listening to your body say, give it a little bit of rest. I need some extra water. I need a little bit more nutrition. I need something filled with fruit juice in order to bring the nutrients into my body. Now you got to listen. If you listen to your body and listen and stick with the feelings of joy, you'll naturally lose the weight without trying to lose the weight. Losing the weight will be your benefit, just the side effect of you staying in alignment of being more energetic, following that. So it's not about losing 5 pounds. If you hold on to the resistance of I'm losing 5 pounds, I have to lose 5 pounds, you're just holding on tightly. You're not allowing yourself to flow with the element of change. Let go of all that and allow yourself to flow with change. Yeah. See what happens. Very cool. Exciting. Very exciting. Love it. Good. Feeling energy. Thank you, B. It's very sweet of you, hon. You're very welcome. Hon. Okay, so let's come to Carolyn. Carolyn says, can I get a message from Metatron, please? I don't know why I'm having a hard time moving forward. Metatron, you come through. Thank you. Why is Carolyn having trouble moving forward? Because you're not looking where you need to look. What does that mean? So remember, there's fundamental steps to following your enlightenment in your path. there's certain things that you need. So when the negative belief system, when the body and the mind end up controlling us and operating us, we move into the automation. The body moves into automation. The mind moves into automation. You just do things day after day after day because that's just your routine. Well, when the body and the mind is in automation, it doesn't have all the information, the tools in order for it to make the right decisions. And then we start getting these little sparks of your higher mind, your higher self that says, you know, I think I need to meditate more. And then the body mind says, nah, I don't want to meditate. I don't want to sit there. I don't want to do that. It's boring. It's whatever. And then you get another little inkling. Well, I feel like I should be making a big fruit salad or a big salad and sit outside and just enjoy this. And by says, no, I don't want to sit there and peel fruit and cut and clean and have to sit outside. It's hot outside. I don't want to be sweating out there. So remember, your higher mind is trying to put you onto alignment to bring you back into doing the things that's right for you. But then your ego self, your negative belief system, is keep holding you back, to preventing you from moving into that light. When we just did this on my Patreon a couple of months ago with Bashar and the negative belief system, that I really should put it on a video. Well, it is on my project list to put out there, but it's this negative belief system that's holding you back. And there's a need for you that listen to those quiet moments, those little feelings that says, I feel I need to do this. And then when the ego mind comes in and says, nah, I don't want to, that's where you say, ego mind, I see you. I'm going to stop you. That feels really good for me. I'm going to do that and see what happens. But thank you for looking out for me. And set the ego mind aside and say, you're good. I appreciate your advice. It's good. But I'm going to go out and do the meditation. I'm going to go out and cut that fruit and sit outside. I just want to do it, even though I'm not going to go and maybe not enjoy the process. And then you start doing it. You start killing it. You start getting interested. It's like, oh, this feels really good to peel the fruit. And, oh, it feels really good to just to sit quiet again. Oh, and then you go into it and you experience it. The ego mind will come in again. Oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to sit here and boring. And I don't want to sit here and feel. No, ego mind, what? Stop. You stop the ego mind. Stop right there. You take a break and go sit in the back burner for a bit. And then continue to go through doing it and notice how you feel afterwards. And you're going to come out of the meditation. You're going to come out of eating all that fresh fruit. And you're saying, oh, it feels really good. You start getting that little bit of a boost now because you've slightly moved into your alignment. It's like, oh, it feels really good. It's like when you're driving on the road and you're driving on the bumpy side of the road, you can still go where you need to go. But when you're riding halfway on the shoulder, it's getting really bumpy and you're starting to hit all these things and you're hearing all this noise and it's really unnerving that you're bouncing around so much. But as soon as you start moving closer onto the road and more on the road, the wheels become more stable. You feel a little bit more quiet. The noise reduces. It feels a little bit better. And now you're in alignment. And now you're on the road. And now you can go faster and faster because you're on smooth road now. So this is the same thing that's happening as our ego mind pulls into that negative belief system. And our higher self is giving these little clues to say, hey, you want to pull to the left. You want to get onto the road. You want to find that smoothness again. And this is what's going to do it. So this is where your instinct, your higher self is trying to communicate with you to get back on the road. Very cool. Love it. Love it. Great question. Thank you. All right. Beautiful. Okay. So Just Nike says, what do I need to know about my spiritual journey? Is there anything I should or shouldn't be doing? What does Just Nike need to know about the spiritual journey? For one, that you're on it. You're on your spiritual journey. You're doing it. You know, you end up questioning yourself. Am I on it? Am I not on it? Am I doing the right things? Am I not doing the right things? You're on it. Just a simple fact that you are spending time in the spiritual side of things, that you're beginning to tune into yourself, no matter how small, it's a little bit. And every little, tiny little microscopic bit that you spend on the spiritual side of things, remember that energy is exponential. That as soon as you spend a microsecond in it, you get an exponential boost of aligning yourself to your spiritual journey. So the question isn't about is about being on your spiritual journey. It is that you are on your spiritual journey, and as you continue to keep this consistency, you will move in the direction you need to. So be mindful, and really what you shouldn't be doing, what they're wanting you to do is be kinder to yourself as you're on this journey. You're on the journey. You're on it. It's like when you want to drive for a long distance from A to B. If you don't get in the car, it's going to take a really long time to get there because you haven't gotten in the car. But now you're in the car and you're starting to drive. Well, you're on the highway and you're moving really fast and you're making some momentum, but then you hit a traffic jam. Well, even though you're in a traffic jam, you still are on the highway heading to your destination. It might seem slow. It might seem like you're not going anywhere, but you're on the highway. You're on your road. And that's exactly where you are. To be kind to yourself because you're in the car, you're on the road, and you're headed in the right direction. So yeah, it's happening for you and you're doing all the right things. Well done. Well done. Good. Emotional. It's good when we get emotional. You get to start tuning to yourself. Robinette says, so this is like needing ego death. Okay. Stop saying ego death. So this is why the negative belief system will create so much fear. The negative belief system, when we move into those darker areas and we say, I want to kill you, every belief system, whether it's positive or negative, has a desire to survive. The positive side of the belief system is inclusion. It loves everybody. It's expansive. You can do everything. It's revitalizing. But when we're in that negative belief system, it's very withdrawn. You're in fear. You're in survival mode. But the fear system needs to survive. So as soon as we say, you know what, I want to spend more time in love, the fear system says, well, I need to survive. And it's going to do all its tricks in the world to keep you in that fear system. Now, when we tell the fear system, I want to kill you, the fear system is saying, oh, hell no, you're not going to kill me, because the fear belief system needs to survive. We need to understand it. We need to love it. And this is where the ego, this is why we say, I understand you. It's okay that you're scared. I see you, and it's okay. I'm just going to put you aside for now because I love you. And I thank you, the ego, because the ego warns you when you're going to step and break your ankle. The ego warns you when you're going to walk off the cliff, when you're getting too close to the edge of your tire being busted because you're driving on nails. The ego looks out for us. It might be a little bit overbearing, like a parent that really does care for us, but that is an expression of love, although it might drive us a little bit nuts. So you don't want to kill your ego. We want to tell the ego, I love you. You're perfectly safe. You're just going to step aside. Understand and love the ego. We never want to kill our ego because the ego needs to survive just like the love needs to survive. And this is where love becomes, because love is inclusion to allow the negative and the fear to survive. The fear does not want love to survive because it's very compartmentalized. It's crystallized. It says, I need to survive by myself. I need to be here and nothing else. And it puts itself into a cocoon so that no one else can touch it. But love is expansive. It accepts and receives all. It doesn't matter what's happening in your life, good or bad, it's all being receptive. And this is where finding the balance is. This is finding the balance between good and evil, that you can accept everything that's going on and just be centered. And that is being in 5D, to allow all the craziness happening in the world, that you can sit in your centeredness. And that's what's being in heaven. Moving to heaven is a thought, it's a feeling. So yes, no ego death. Yeah, okay. Let me jump in here and do a quick skin. Tina, I got you. You're welcome, Anne. You're welcome, Kira. Hey, Lystra. Here comes Lystra. Okay, Lystra says, I had a vision of a little girl with a scar on her face, like a 3rd-degree burn on the left cheek. What did that mean? Okay, 3rd-degree burn, left cheek, little girl. Oh. To me, it feels like this is Well, this is your little girl. This is you. The little girl is your inner child. And your inner child has been scarred and beaten up. And all that little girl is wanting is love, your love. There's a need and desire for you, Lystra, your inner child, to be nurtured. And what she's showing me is something very specific. It's as you're lying down in bed and you're getting into a bit of a meditative state, take your left hand and put it on your root chakra, on your abdomen, and just put it on your pelvis. Take your other hand and put it on your higher heart. So it's actually kind of touching your throat and your heart at the same time. And just breathe and stay present with it. There's a need for you to allow that inner voice, that inner child voice to come through, to speak your truth and honor it. Now, the reason why you have your left hand on your root chakra, on your lower abdomen, in your pelvis is to, that's your survival center. And it needs your touch. It needs a connection. So the warmth of your hand will give it the connection it needs. The opposite hand to support your throat, your voice, because you haven't used your voice, it needs support as well. So just having the touch and the awareness that you're there, you're creating a bond and a connection. And then there's a frequency of energy that's moving out through your palms and moving throughout your body, that as it's moving from palm to palm, it moves throughout all these chakras, from your lower chakra to your upper chakras. These are the areas that need attention and love, because your lower chakras are in survival centers, are in survival. Your upper chakras need nurturing and love so that it can have permission to speak its voice again. So there's a need for you to do that. One hand on your lower, so left hand on your lower chakra, on your root chakra, your upper hand on your upper heart chakra, touching your throat and your heart at the same time. It's as if my palms are on my collarbone right now. Yeah, and then do that in meditation. There's a need for you to reconnect and just breathe and feel, and then connect with that little girl. And allow her to come forward, allow her to speak, allow her to let her know that she's valued and that she has a voice. Yeah, give her permission to speak. She needs love. It's very good. Thank you, Lystra. Thank you. All right. You're welcome, love. You are welcome. All right. Funga says, I'm wanting to move and relocate from where I'm based now. Which country would be best in terms of in terms of purpose and next phase? Okay, who would like to come in for Funga? Ooh, you have a very strong spiritual tribal team that comes through. Very honorable team. Very tribal, but strong in faith and unity. This is very, very stoic, the energy that's with you. Very stoic and so much honor and pride. It's such a I feel like I'm being graced by the presence of the spirit. Thank you for bringing them in, Pwanga. Okay, where does Pwanga should move to? Best in terms of purpose and next phase. Oh, all right, they're showing me a map. I don't know what country or continent you're in. To me, they're showing Africa. And I don't know if this is it or not, but just think of whatever's coming in for my vision. Follow it with your own vision and continent of where you are. So wherever you are in your own continent or country, what they're showing me is north, moving north. And it feels like it's one of the, if I'm looking at Africa, it's showing me one of the northern countries in the center. Now, my own ego mind is thinking I thought there's like a lot of violence there, but they're showing me to move a little bit further north. I don't know if this is right or not, but closer to the equator. So what they're showing me is that as you move closer to the equator, moving north, not above the equator, but staying south of the equator, it feels that there's an alignment of the stars and the solar system. I don't necessarily know fully what that means, but there's an alignment there that as you move north, you'll feel a little bit closer to the oneness about who you are. And as you move closer to that oneness, that energetic alignment to the planets, you'll have an experience. Now, you don't have to make a permanent move. What they're saying right now is consider going for a visit and visiting some of the countries that are north of you, possibly closer to the equator. It doesn't have to be like exactly on the equator or very close, but follow your instinct and where your heart is to somewhere north of you. It feels north towards the upper part of the continent that you're in or the country that you're in. I don't know. Just the feeling and thought. Let me know in the comments how that resonates or connects with you. Yeah, I'm very curious about that, if it does. Okay. I'm coming back. I'm just gonna do one more. My physical body can only be in this chair for so long. And I'm going to read this message for your Gita. Anyone I missed, sorry, but I'll be back next week, every Friday. Every Friday I'm here. And every Sunday for meditation. So your Gita says, I'd love a message for my husband and his higher self. Okay, your Gita. Now, the caveat around this is I don't have your husband's permission, but because you are energetically connected, I have your permission to receive whatever I can based on your husband without having his direct permission. So it might not be full or complete unless somebody gives me permission to read for them. So I just put that disclaimer out there. Okay, so message for your Gita's husband from his higher self. Higher self, are you willing to come in? Thank you. Okay, so what message does he need to hear? Well, I just hearing that he's very headstrong. He's very much in his 3D realm. Now he's opening up spiritually because of you and your child, because you are very spiritually open, and your daughter is vibrationally in alignment more with you, especially being aligned to the feminine divine energy. She's more in alignment because she's very strong. She's a balance between the two of you. Both of you are very smart, intelligent people. He's definitely a genius, but when you're in that genius level, you really can get caught up in that 3D world of doing, but also in that genius level. So think about Einstein, Nikola Tesla, Elon Musk. In that genius, you get the information that you need to get in. And he allows, so he's allowing the genius to come in. Those ideas, like this is the idea, this is the thought process. That's his higher self. That's his higher spiritual being opening up to unlimited possibilities. And this is where his ideas are coming from, and they're quite revolutionary in how he receives them. But he resists the idea of where the knowledge is coming from, and he just thinks, oh, I'm just smart, I have the idea. It's not him. He's not getting the ideas from himself. They're coming in from his higher self, from his spiritual realm. If he would consider allowing himself to know that this is coming in from something higher dimensional, from something greater than what you know, because we only can know so much based on what we've learned. When we start getting these ideas and thoughts, you can't, like psychologists will trace it. Where do these ideas come from? You start breaking it down. Where's the origin of that? Where's the origin of that? They can't come down with an origin, and the origin is really is an unknown. And that's where they have to say, well, it has to come from God. It has to come from an all-knowing intelligence. And if he allows himself to know that these ideas are coming from an all-knowing intelligence, then, and that's scientifically broken down, where scientists will break it down. They've proven that from themselves. Then in theory, he is a spiritual being. And if he allows himself to recognize that, he will open himself up more to receive even more information, become more spiritually well, and connect to even more information. Yeah, that's what's been considered if he allows that for himself. That's really good. Beautiful. Thank you so much for all being here. I'm sorry I got to go. I'll be back on Sunday morning for our morning meditations. And this is to guide you through a certain process to awaken, release emotions, and move into creation. Exactly what Jesus was talking about today. These are his meditations that I'm channeling every week from the Ascended Masters every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Join live or watch the replay. And I'm here live every Friday on this channel at 12 noon. And if you really want to get in, direct questions, consider booking a one-on-one with me, or go through an emotional release, or have a trauma release, and let spirit guide you through this process. I'll say this: you are not alone. Look at all the people in this live session. You are not alone. You are loved. So thank you all for being here, being a part of my life. And I hope to see you Sunday. And if not, I'll see you soon. Much love, everybody.